Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Quran Journey. Alhamdulillah. So at this point, you should have practiced from lesson 1 all the way to lesson 6, right? Um, you know, through from lesson 1 through 6. From lesson 1, we went over the Arabic letters in their original form. Um, we learned how to recognize letters when they combine with other letters, right? Which is very important. Pronunciation is very important. We went over the harakats, right? The fatha sound, kasra sound, dhamma sound, the tanween, fathatain, kasratain, dhammatain, right? Fatha has an a sound, kasra has an e sound, dhamma has an u sound. Fathatain makes the letter sounds an with the ending with the an ending sound, in ending sound, un ending sound, right? Lesson 6 was the lesson where we used all the tools, all the new lessons that we've learned and gathered all them up in one lesson, right? So lesson 6 was the lesson where we practice what we've learned so far. So inshallah, bismillah, we're gonna move on to lesson 7, inshallah. Okay, now, bismillah, with lesson 7, we're introduced something that's called mud, right? Like elongation, right? We covered that in lesson 3, right? So a mud is when we prolong the sounding of a letter, all right? So with mud, we have 3 mud letters. We have how many mud letters? 3. So we have alif, we have waw, and then we have ya, right? So we have alif, waw, and ya, right? And these are our mud letters, right? This is our mud letters, all right? So the mud letters, they help us prolong or make the sounding of the letter long, all right? So in lesson 7 here, we're going to learn how would that sound like, how would it look like, okay? So please follow along. So in lesson 7, we're using what we call alif saghira, right? Alif saghira, waw saghira, and ya saghira, right? As I mentioned, we have 3 mud letters: alif, waw, and ya. We use these letters to help us prolong the sounding of a letter. All right. However, in this case, we're dealing with the small alif, right? Small alif. So alif saghira, right? So alif, we have alif saghira, right? We have alif saghira. Let me just type that in. We have alif saghira. All right. We have waw saghira, and then we have ya saghira. All right. And then saghira just means small. All right. Saghira means small. Okay. So as we said, this is our alif saghira. Right. This is our small alif. That's our small alif. All right. So we have our small alif. We have our small ya. Right here. You see the small ya. Sorry, that's the wow. Small wow. And then we also have our small ya. Alright. So inshallah, this is how the lesson goes. So we know we have ba, fatha, alif saghira. Ba, fatha, alif saghira. Alright? Ba, fatha with an alif saghira next to it is ba. Alright, is what? Ba. So with the saghiras, with these small mud, right? Mud, right? We'll make him long for 2 seconds, 2 counts. So make it long for 2 seconds. Alright? We'll make it long for 2 seconds. So instead of just ba, instead of just saying ba, ba fatha ba fatha alif saghira, ba. Ya fatha alif saghira, ya. Ya. Ra fatha alif saghira, ra. We'll make it long, right? Because of the alif saghira. The alif saghira, right? Saghira means small, so the small alif, right? Mim fatha alif saghira, ma. Lam fatha alif saghira, la. You following? Waw fatha alif saghira, wa. Noon fatha alif saghira, na. Right? So as you also notice, right? Our alif saghira, our alifs works with the fathas. So our alifs works with the fathas. Alright? So alif saghira is with the fatha. Alif saghira works with the fatha. Alright? So we have noon fatha, alif saghira, na. And again, remember, each is 2 seconds. Next line, we have hamza fatha, alif saghira, a. Remember, hamza has an a sound, right? Hamza is an a. It's not ha. Hamza, a. Hamza has a what sound? A sound. So Hamza fatha alif saghira, a. Make sure you're repeating after me. Ha fatha alif saghira, ha. Ain fatha alif saghira, a. Because ain fatha alif saghira, a. Ha fatha alif saghira, ha. غين فتحة ألف صغيرة غا. خاء فتحة ألف صغيرة خا. تا فتحة ألف صغيرة تا. ثا فتحة ألف صغيرة ثا. جيم فتحة ألف صغيرة جا. دال فتحة ألف صغيرة دا. ذال فتحة ألف صغيرة ذا. زا فتحة ألف صغيرة زا. سين فتحة ألف صغيرة سا. شين فتحة ألف صغيرة شا. صاد فتحة ألف صغيرة صا. ضاد فتحة ألف صغيرة ضا. طا فتحة ألف صغيرة طا. ظا فتحة ألف صغيرة ظا. فا فتحة ألف صغيرة فا. قاف فتحة ألف صغيرة قا. كاف فتحة ألف صغيرة كا. Are you guys following? Now we have here Hamza with a what? Kasra. So if you have a kasra, we want to make it long with the saghiras, right? We're using the ya saghira. So the ya saghira works with kasra. The ya saghira works with kasra, right? If you have a kasra letter and you want to make it long, use the ya mad letter. The ya mad letter, all right? So we have Hamza kasra, ya saghira, e. Again, Hamza kasra, ya saghira, e. Right? And in the ya saghira, the ya over here is, it looks a little, is like halfway cut, right? So instead of the full ya, so it just, you know, right? So ha kasra, ya saghira, he. In the next one we have wow with a what? Dhamma. Wow dhamma. We see the dhamma works with the wow sukun, the wow mud. So dhamma works with wow mud, right? So the wow saghira works with the dhamma, right? The dhamma, all right? And so the wow saghira is just a small wow, right? It's a small wow. The dhamma is a little bigger, right? The dhamma sign, the dhamma haraka, the dhamma sign itself, is a little bigger, right? And then the wow saghira is always on the bottom, right? We see it right here on the bottom next to the letter, right? We see it on the bottom. So don't confuse the two. Don't confuse the dhamma haraka and then the wow saghira, right? Wow saghira is like a tiny wow, right? Which indicates that we need to prolong the sounding of the letter. So this right here, we have kind of three wow letters, right? We have the wow itself, the letter itself. We have the haraka, the dhamma haraka, which has a wow shape, right? And then the wow saghira. So wow, dhamma, wow saghira, woo. Because wow dhamma is woo. The saghira help us make it longer. So woo. Ha dhamma, wow saghira, woo. Hamza, Dhamma, Waw Saghira, U. Right, so this is the lesson for lesson 7. And again, so the first thing you do, you pronounce the letter, right? First, we pronounce the letter, right? We pronounce the letter. And then we pronounce the haraka, right? Whether it's a fatha, kasra, or dhamma. And then we pronounce the what? The mud. Right? Remember, the mud is the elongation, right? So the mud letters, we said there are 3 mud letters, right? Which are Hamz, Alif, Waw, Ya. Those are 3 mud letters. These 3 letters are the letters that we're going to use to help us apply mud, right? make the sounding of the letters long. When we see the mud letters never carries any haraka. All right, the mud letters, they are always sakin. They never carry any mud letters, so they will not carry any haraka. So you will not see a fatha on it. You will not see a kasra on it. You will not see a dhamma on any of these. Right? Whenever you see just the alif standing, it's being used as a mud. Whenever you see the alif with no haraka on it, the naked, silent alif, is being used as a mud. All right. Whenever you see the letter waw, right, with no haraka on it, is being used as a mud. Whenever you see ya with no haraka, is being used as a mud. 99% of the time. All right. So inshallah, this is that. This is it for lesson 7. Inshallah, practice it well, and let's meet back here again with lesson 8 inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.